Okay, here we are. 5 minutes to go till the start of the D's. Hello and welcome to round number one of the TUZ Winter Chase Race League. We're live on Kinning's YouTube channel again and also WinMac PC's Facebook page. And I've also fired out a load of shares just across everyone's personal Facebook pages. So tonight's race takes place on Watopia Figure 8 and is one lap, which is 30 k's in distance. Last week's winner, Pete McLean, is signed on. Will he win again? We'll soon find out. We'll get straight to the naughty list, as Ross calls it. 19 riders in the naughty list. I'm not going to name and shame, but I'm sure you all know who you are. Maybe if it keeps happening, we'll do a bit of naming and shaming next week. We have no Ross Blaney this week, so we've enlisted the help of Fiona Kelly. Fiona pretty much volunteered to have a go at this. So we'll bring her in now. Say hello, Fiona.
Thanks, Mark. I think more I got roped into it by Ross, to be honest. So hopefully I proved to be as useful as he was, but I'm not sure I'm going to be as funny as him.
That's okay, that's good. It's glad to have you here. It just means I'm not on my own, trying to keep everybody entertained here. So tell us a bit about yourself, Fiona.
No problem. So I moved up north back in March and was taken in by the North Down Cycling Club. So be prepared to hear lots of shout outs to them tonight because I know plenty of them are racing. So I come from a triathlon background myself, so don't hold that against me for all you road cyclists out there. But I've been trying to do a little bit of road cycling myself. Lots of respect to anybody who's racing tonight. It's definitely not easy. Tonight, actually, we have Paul MacArthur racing in the A group, and my first ever road race, he was in the same category as me. God knows how I got roped in with him, but I thought when they said I was going to be put with the vets, that it was going to be that bit easier, but actually he dropped me on the first hill, so I don't think I've ever forgiven him for that.
Okay. So with 2 minutes 45 to the start of the D's, handicaps have changed slightly. So D start at 7. 6 minutes later, we have the C group starting. 10 minutes after that, we have B's, and then a total of 12 minutes to the A riders. So, aim of the game, stick together and stay away. We're going to do a podcast shout out, Kinning's podcast. I don't know if anybody heard that last week. Glenn's trying to give it a wee go, so give that a wee listen. It should be good. I'm not sure who's next, so keep a wee listen out for that there. 2 minutes to go.
So I think we actually have Ross racing tonight, although his name is popping up in the C category for me. So good to see he's still sandbagging. Ross, we're going to get you to B one days. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, C group for Ross, as far as I know. I actually have Swift Power somewhere on my screen here, so I can keep my eye out and who's doing what.
He's not on the naughty list, I don't know, but
No, I don't think he is. We're actually up to 21 on the naughty list. I'm just going to name a few of these guys here. Mark McGurr, I know you. Lakeland. Let me see. Mark Gordon. Nuri Wheelers. Deary me. Dear. Can't see any more that I know there. Yeah, the naughty list 21.
We'll let them away with it this week.
Yeah, we'll let them away. Right, not long now. 1 minute to go.
So, Mark, am I right in saying we're starting with the D's tonight?
Yes, these are starting. We should hopefully be seeing the D screen. If I just keep an eye on things here.
Just a shout out to two of the lads who are racing in the D group tonight. So there's Dara Murphy and Sean as well. So Dara is 10 and Sean is actually 9 years old. So no pressure to any of the adults racing in the Ds, but if you get beat, I feel sorry for you. But I hear these guys have done great things and are mountain bikers and cyclocross riders. So they're probably going to give you a good run for their money.
Yep, that's good. Good to see that. 9 seconds. Almost time to go. Here we go. Oh dear.
And they're away.
They're away, but we've lost. There we go. We're back to the D's now. It's very easy to click.
Catching up there.
Yeah, very easy to click on the wrong person. End up in the C group there. So we'll work our way to the front here. Anyone you know in the D's that we want to follow?
So I know there's a couple in from North Down as well, and also I suppose give a shout out to the people from Peninsula Tri Club. Nikki Alexander there is racing for Peninsula Tri Club, so great to see some female cyclists there as well.
Great.
Or Fagan, so that's Ryan Fagan, who's in North Down Cycling Club. Ryan has come on so much of the cycling in the past while. He recently did the Lakeland Gravel Grinders cycle. Definitely no easy spin on that one. So definitely, I think this course will suit him tonight.
Yep,
He's been putting a lot of
I've done the gravel grinder in the past. It's very, very hard, but very good at the same time. We're just with Sean.
I know.
This has to be Sean Havern, Jerry's
That's
young lad.
him, that's him. I can't believe it. So he's 9 years old, and look at him go.
Yeah, look at him go, and he's right up at the front.
Fair play.
Yep, good going, Sean.
My question is Dad standing there beside him cheering him on or what?
He's bound to be. He has to be, yes.
Handing the towel when he's sweating.
He's maybe cycling along beside him. Jerry's in the B's as far as I know. Let me just check the listings here for the B's. We'll just stick with these D's because we have 6 minutes until any C rider's about to take off, so there's no point sitting watching them guys in the pen. We'll stick with Sean.
Definitely not. And yeah, if you see Dara Murphy in there as well, that's a friend of Sean's, and he's 10 years old as well.
There we go. That has to be him right at the front as well.
And look at the watts he's putting out. I tell you, I think that guy could go into the A category.
Yeah, I would say they'll probably be moved up a cat at the end of this race.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think if it comes to any type of hill, these two guys are just going to go flying past everybody else.
Yeah, so the race tonight, let me just see. First climb is roughly around 4 minutes long. It starts off steep and then levels off. This is all coming from Ross. He briefed me today. It drags all the way to the top.
He told you.
Yeah, back and forward messages all day to the boss. We'll call Ross the boss.
That's fair.
Yeah, so I think the climb starts at around 5k roughly. And then I think it goes on till roughly around 10. 4 minutes long. And then there's a second climb. Now, what he told me was 1 minute 30 if you're an A rider, and 2 minutes if your name is Ross Blaney or more.
Ross can fairly push it up the hill when he wants to, so
yeah. Right.
I think on one of my first spins out with him, he did his best job to drop me up the brae. So he somehow convinced me into joining the headless chicken run, and I regret it all the time.
Right. What's the headless chicken run?
So they did a couple of spins around the peninsula during the summer when lockdown wasn't on, and basically it was a bunch of the lads going out and bashing themselves as hard as they could around the place. So never ever go cycle with Ross Blaney or any of those boys. I thought I was going to die. I'm pretty sure I had to drop off the back by Ballyhalbert and just recover for a while until the next group came along. Right. So luckily, Matt Ormisher, who will be racing tonight in the C group, also known as the Armchair, he stayed with me and gave me a draft around the rest of the peninsula. So he's a good egg. You can keep an eye out for him.
I take it Ross Blaney named the ride then, Headless Chickens?
Sounds like something Ross would come up with it, doesn't it?
Yeah. 4 minutes in, so another 2, and we'll have C riders off.
So you have Des Tilly as well racing there, so he's another North Downer as well, and definitely Des, I would never have put you in the D category. I go out in loads of the weekend spins with Des, and he is so incredibly strong. So Des, I think you could be moving up next week.
Yeah, there's going to be a few movements, I think. Jay Irvine, I wonder is that John? Cornerstone CC has to be plugging away at the front as well. Just work our way down here. These C's.
Yeah, trying to see some of their names.
Yeah.
Where are our ladies of the D group?
What are the ladies' names?
Have a look there for I think Nikki Alexander from Peninsula Triathlon Club. I think she's on my list of ladies racing tonight in D's. Another good cyclist as well, and I think has done some Ironman events as well. So definitely the distance won't bother her anyway.
Trying to find it here. Seems to be a wee group trying to get away slightly here. Let's see who's just at the front. We'll work our way back slightly here and see if we can find these people. A few Dromore riders in. Wouldn't be too far away from where I am here.
I mean, don't ask me for any directions in Northern Ireland because I can't even direct my way around the peninsula. So I'm not even going to try to say where I know where Dromore is.
Yeah, I'm not great at directions either. Relying on sat-nav to go everywhere.
Yeah, you know it's bad when you get to Harrison's for the coffee stop and I have to put my sat-nav on to get me back to the house in Blackpool. So never leave me by myself on the bike. So yeah, there's Nikki Alexander, and I think Kim Campbell could be another one of the Peninsula Triathlon Club ladies as well.
They're way down. 20 seconds. Let me see. Yeah, we'll make our way back up to the front again.
Yeah.
Can't seem to find them.
Ryan's still going well as well there.
If anybody has any shout-outs, put it on the live stream comments and I'll shout it out here. As we shout out for Breffin Wheelers, wishing all our members the best of luck tonight. There's one of your members there. Where'd they go? There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Can't just get the name yet. S. Kelly.
No relation of mine. Don't worry.
Right, 7 minutes. So that means the bees have been off for a full minute. We'll give them another few minutes to get up to speed and we'll work our way down and see what. Let me see. Sean, there's two riders just up in front there. Sean chasing.
Great to see Sean going so well.
Yeah.
6.6 watts per kg. I mean, I wish I could do that.
Here's another wee mention for Nikki Alex from Kerry Spears. All it says is wee mention and a smiley face. Sean is first on the road at the minute.
Yeah, so Sean and Dara Murphy there as well. So they're both quite up the front as well.
Yep.
I definitely think they're going to get away anytime there's a climb, but they seem to be putting in a good pace between the two of them.
Yeah, that climb should be coming up here soon. It's just sitting at 1%, so not enough to annoy anybody just yet. We'll work our way down and see if we can find any bees. So they've been on the go for 2 minutes, so see how much they've made. I think on the last check there was 518 riders signed on to race tonight. 518.
And that's seriously impressive. Like when you think of when lockdown 1 happened, I think like we were joining the meetup that Ross had created and there was probably around 20 to 25 of us racing. Yeah. So after unreal work by the guys to put this all together, and it's great to see it being so popular.
Yeah. It's definitely good. 520 is awesome numbers. Shout out to the Newry lads from Rory. Rory, I remember seeing you in the naughty list. So he's obviously not racing, so he must have still got a broken laptop. So the first C rider I can see is they're 4 minutes 30 roughly to the back of the D group. But the Ds are all over the road now. There's plenty in between. We'll make our way back up to the front, give the Ds some screen time. Just flick through some messages. Dromore rider
I'm impressed
there.
You can multitask this much.
What's that?
I said I'm impressed you can multitask this much. I don't think I could flick through all these screens at the same time.
I know. I've got 4 screens on the go, trying to make sure everything is going smooth and checking streams and stuff. So it just gives you a bit of an idea of what's involved just for me and to try and talk.
Not easy. I'm struggling with my two screens.
Let's see, shout outs. Who have we got? Ronan Bloomer, go on. Wesley Sargent, shout out in the D group. Rory Lochran has confirmed that tax strife, no laptop. Right, are the kids still in the race? Where's Sean now?
Des is still fairly close to the front as well,
Yeah,
so
see
I
his name
definitely
there,
expect to see him there. Yeah, so Dara Murphy, see his name there, also quite close to the front.
Changing quite
And
quickly.
they're switching back and forth. But I suppose the three that we had seen originally get away seem to be being caught back up by the rest of the pack.
Yep.
It looks like it had flattened out a little bit, so maybe just with the draft effect, they're able to catch back on.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's bound to start going up pretty soon here. There's 2%. Everyone watches the wee mini map in the right hand corner. You'll be able to see.
I know, and when you think about when you're riding on the road and you're like 2% doesn't seem like anything, but on Zwift, as soon as it starts going up, you're like, oh god, that's a big climb.
Yeah. Shout out to Adrian Kelly in the D race from Ashman.
Go on, Adrian.
Thomas Evans, nail bomb about to go off on this hill. So we'll keep an eye on the D's.
Nail bomb or rock bomb?
Let's see who's pushing. Who's that right up at the front?
I can't see what his full name is there.
Here we go, 7-8%.
Oh, lovely. When it goes into those orange figures, you know it's never fun.
Yeah, there's a good view there. A few guys out the back.
Go on, Des.
Yeah. So we're 12 minutes in, so that means the A's and the B's are both off. So what do we reckon? Do you think the A's are going to catch?
Oh, that's a good question.
12 minutes.
How hilly is tonight, though? I haven't, well, Ross obviously briefed you, but thanks, Ross, for not telling me the route. I have no idea. Is it flat or hilly, or what's happening?
There's this one hill, roughly 4 minutes, and then it levels out, and then there's just one more climb, about 1:30, if you're an A rider, according to Ross. But a normal person, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes for the second climb. So I think this climb levels off and then goes up again and finishes at around 10 Ks, if I'm right.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I think the rest is all fairly handy.
I think if you take these things seriously, people know the route and they know where they need to attack.
Yeah.
I think definitely one of the things you've learned in bike racing, it's definitely helpful to know what you're doing rather so that you don't get dropped on the first hill.
Yeah. I would say there was a few guys having a practice on this course over the last few days.
100%.
Yeah. So with William Boyd, Mark Johnston, next stop GCN. Yeah. Anybody's listening from GTN, give me a shout. Right, let's see. Down to D's. We'll work our way down. I think we're pretty much off that climb. I'd like to see.
Yeah, how far back are the C group?
Yeah. We'll go back and see. So the last time I checked, we were at 4 minutes. I would like to think there is C's amongst the D's at this stage. There's a D rider only on the climb, the steep part now. No C's. About 2 minutes. There's still a fair distance. Two minutes off the back of the last D rider.
Yeah, they haven't caught that much yet.
No. We'll go back a wee bit more and see.
Who have we got in the C's tonight?
The D's. Just afraid of getting lost here. It's very easy done.
Yeah. Suppose I better actually open Zwift Companion and see who's racing.
I have Swift Power opened up. That's probably the you can flick through
Oh, that's way
all the
more.
different categories if you can go on the Swift Power. All right, so we're into
Better
the
get on that.
C's. See if I know anybody
So
in
yeah,
this
with
group.
the C's tonight, well, one, we have the boss, Ross Blaney, cycling with the C's. Then there's Matt Ormisher as well, Rick Hanna, June McMinn. So if you see June McMinn, keep an eye out for this woman. Probably the most impressive lady you'll ever meet when it comes to cycling. She's qualified for Kona, the Ironman World Championships, done all the long cycles you can probably think of. So good luck to anybody trying to keep up with her.
Okay.
I know I struggle.
I'm following the boss now. I'm going to
Ross, we're watching your watt per kg, so if we see you get too high, we're just bumping you into B's
yeah.
automatically.
I'm going to try and get Ross on. So I'll see if I can get him here. First of all, on the Facebook Messenger, he messages back. We'll get him on Discord, and you guys should also hear it as well.
If he's able to message back, that's just showing he's not working hard enough.
Well, he hasn't messaged back yet, so we're following him here at 350 watts, and his heart rate's sitting at nearly 180, and he's on the steep part of the climb, so I can't see him messaging back.
Well, we'll let him off till he gets to the top of the hill.
Yeah. I'm just going to get my Discord screen up, so you guys might see a quick wee flash of Discord on your screen, but I can't help it.
We have Matt Ormisher as well coming in behind Ross Blaney. So these two are probably battling up the hill, and also gone past them is Jake Rushaby. Jake will definitely drop loads of the lads on the hill. He's nice and light and a really good cyclist.
Cool. Oh, we've had a dropout for that guy. Just trying to see if I know any of these C's myself.
Well, you probably know Gregory Gout.
Yeah.
He won I think the Cycling Ireland League there recently. Did I see?
Yes, I heard his name mentioned, as well as Ross, the boss.
There you go. And also, in advance, for anybody's name I pronounce wrong, just roll with it and don't give me abuse after, okay? These things happen.
I've just got word that Ross might have pulled out here.
Did he try go too hard up the hill?
I think he might have. I can't get him on Discord.
I think what we call that a case of is the old North Down. So North Downers love a good sprint up the hill and then just cruise after. So to any of the North Downers listening, just pretend it's the last hill into Harrison's and just floor it.
So Zed Lindsay has to be Zoe Lindsay. So if we shout out for
Zoe
Zoe,
Lindsay.
Yeah, as far as I could find out, she's an under 14 rider, formerly of Dromore, and now racing with TC Racing. So she's actually in the C. She's actually in the C group tonight, under 14. So brilliant.
Unreal. And it's great to see girls racing as well.
Yep, definitely.
So, I like her bike. Her avatar is pretty cool. That's always important.
Yeah.
You have your pink Essex.
Pink bike, yeah. So TC Racing, ladies cycling team, based in Ireland, yeah.
Yeah, and they seem to have a great team as well. You always see them out and about at road races, and they seem to be going well.
Yeah, I'm just reading on their Facebook page. It says there they do all the Irish races, plus the UK and Belgium as well. So pretty good.
Yeah, I think they send some of their riders over, and there's normally quite like a young bunch of girls racing. So and they seem to be pretty well supported, which is really good to see.
Yeah,
so
brilliant. Right, let's see if we have any B riders now. I can't see Ross coming on here unless he catches a breath and goes and grabs his laptop. Work our way down here, see if we can find some B riders. I'm just trying to have a quick look as well. P. Gannon has to be Paul Gannon, Newry Wheelers. Good lad. Let's see.
And actually, I think there were some junior riders as well riding in the C group. So I think there's Josh, who is 11 years old from Madigan's Racing. And actually, apparently he's racing against his dad, Gary, tonight. And I'm told that Gary went to bed really early last night so that he might stand a chance of beating his son today. So, Gary, I hope your beauty sleep worked, but I don't know if you'll actually manage to beat your son.
D, the cyclist, I know that guy. That has to be Darren, Spin 11 partner. No B's yet. Marcus Cromie, has to be. How's it going, Marcus?
And Gillian Orr there as well from North Down. So Gillian is probably one of the best female time trial cyclists out there. I think she probably has most of the Strava segments on the peninsula.
S. Lindsay, that has to be Zoe's dad. Here we go, here's the B's now. Any B riders for shoutouts?
Oh, who do we have? Oh, yeah. So shout out to Mark Allen, who should be riding in the B's tonight. So Mark is from our cycling club. He's currently an A3 cyclist, but to be honest, if this season had actually happened, he probably would have been up to A1. He is a great cyclist and puts in so much work and time into his training. So definitely one to watch for the future. Also think in the B's we have Meta Johnson racing. So Meta is another really good female cyclist. She was racing with the Celtic Queens TT League this year in the Premier League. So, and actually I had the pleasure to race beside her. So she is some lady to try keep up with, is all I can say. I think she killed me on many of the occasion and also dragged me around the TT course. So thanks, Meta.
I think I recognise that name from the TTs and the Frosses Road. She would do those as well, would she?
Oh, that's a good question. I know she is based in the north, so
Yeah.
probably.
I do remember that name from the boards.
And as well, there's Mark Rushby, who is racing tonight, and Gareth McBride.
Yeah, that's on hit
Mark
now, I
Rushby,
think.
yeah. Mark Rushby's son Jake is racing in the C's. So all I can say is, Jake, you better train hard so you can keep up with your dad.
Another shout out from Facebook. Shout out to Nigel Small, Connect Cycling Ballymena in the B group from Will McDowell. There we go. Any more shout outs? Fire them in. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat. Also, I'm just trying to find some A riders here. I don't want to go down too far because I'm going to have to navigate to the front of 500 odd riders, which could take a while. A few more clicks down and then we'll head back up. There's Jerry. We'll give Jerry a wee shout here and then we'll head back up. Where are you, G? There he's there. Right, we'll work our way back up to the front and see what's going on. At least your connection's a lot better than Ross's dodgy Wi-Fi in Bangor.
Look, you can't trust things in Bangor anyway. I'm actually down in Wicklow at the moment, so you know, across the border, and the connection's definitely way better. I think as well, Ross had brought me in for like cross-border communications, just to be able to translate some of the Nordic accents going on here. So, I think some of the lads from the south are gate crashing the party. There is Niall Condon from down south as well, who's racing in the Bees tonight. So, yeah, good luck, Niall. Probably the tallest man in Ireland that you'll meet.
Right, I think we're nearly up towards the front here now. Ross is on the live chat here. Should have stuck with the commentating job.
Sorry, Ross, you're not getting them back.
Can't believe you're out already.
Ross, that's unacceptable. I'm going to get on to your dad. Tell him that you're slacking.
I might be able to get you on here, Ross.
Bring him on.
Right, let me see. Getting lost here. Don't want to do that and miss the winner. Could we have bees at the start of the, or at the lead of the race already, do you think? Must have.
Well, they were up so much quicker than the C group had.
Just trying to get position. You see the position just up here? 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the head of the race here. I hope. Nope. Sorry guys, just trying to find the head of the race here. It's easy to get lost. Who am I on here? Marty Henderson, Kenny Cycles. We know you.
So actually, there was a funny shout out for Brian Hannon from Banbridge, I think.
Yes,
so,
no, Brian well, yeah.
I've been told not to write him off just because he's old. He doesn't like the fast starts, but he does get stronger as the race goes on. Brian, I didn't personally call you old. It was somebody else, and I wouldn't write you off anyway.
Brilliant. Yeah, Brian's a good racer. Will not say his age.
I was sent his age, so if you want me to say it, I can. I think you're young, Brian. Don't mind them.
Right, so we're at the head of the race. I think we'll just stick at the head of the race, and if anybody's looking some screen time, they're going to have to work harder and catch.
There's another shout out coming in for Andrew. I can't even see what his second name is actually, or I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong anyway. So Andrew, apparently you're a motorbike rider. I don't know what got you into cycling. Like, would you not just stick with engine? But anyway, they want to know will he be as quick without the engine tonight. So, but you know what? He's racing in the B group, so he's obviously strong enough.
Yeah. We'll work our way down slightly here. We'll not go too far.
And there you have Greg Callahan, who's racing in the Bs. I believe he is an enduro mountain bike superstar and a Red Bull sponsored athlete as well.
Right, very good.
So even he's taking to Zwift riding.
Yeah, well, he's
you think
up at the lead here.
Fair play to him. Anyone who does enduro, I think, is fully nuts. So at least Zwift is safer.
Zwift is safer and warmer, yes.
For sure. I think that's one of the really confusing things about when you go back out on the road after being on Zwift all winter and you have to get back into riding in a group.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be able to be a proper road cyclist when you get into a race and you have people elbowing and shoving you. Yeah, it's definitely not for me.
It's definitely going to be hard. Like I'm doing more, and I don't even know that. Can't remember the last time I was out on the road. It must be before Christmas, maybe first or second week in December, and the rest's all been Zwift because all my training's done 5:30 or 6 in the morning. So that's when I'm on Zwift.
That's just showing off.
Just get in,
just
get in and get the training done and ready to go, and the whole day is yours.
Yeah, you're still not convincing me to get on Zwift at 5:30 in the morning. Like, one, how do you have breakfast? Like, you wouldn't be able to function.
Sometimes I just jump on without breakfast and have breakfast on the bike.
That's far too much multitasking for me, but I'm really impressed with the class. I'd have Cocoa Pops all over myself if I tried it.
You could put them in the blender, drink them.
That'd be so sad though. You just wouldn't get the same satisfaction.
Right, who have we got? Let me see. The only guy I know in this group was Marty Henderson, and I don't know where he is now gone. It's a big group at the lead here.
I see Mark Allen is popping up in there as well. So that was Mark that I mentioned who's in our cycling club. He'll definitely be holding on, and probably when the A's go past, he'll be well able to keep up with them. So I'd say he's pushing the pace at the moment.
Try and find him here. Make our way sort of up.
Mark is always very kind to me on the bike. I think he just lets me draft off him constantly and never makes me take a turn. So for that, he's my friend for life.
There's M.
I'm quite
Blaney. M. Blaney's relation to Ross.
happy. Is that Maddie?
Maddie Blaney. Has to be, yeah.
Ross, look, if Maddie's still going and you dropped out.
Yeah, and he's at the head of the race too. Oh no, he's not. He's 154th. We're way down the list.
Well, let's just say he's at the head of the race, just for Ross's sake.
Yeah, I'm not sure what way this is going on the right hand side for riders. I'm clicking, and then the next minute we're down to last place.
Yeah.
Unless, well, it is only one lap, so there is nobody getting lapped. So I don't know. We're still learning. There's Marty. I haven't spotted Chris Cameron. Not sure if he's racing tonight. Another Kenny Segals. He's in the C's.
I don't think I'd recognize seen his name on the start list tonight.
You did see it or you didn't?
I don't think I did. I saw Glenn is down for the A's tonight.
Yeah, Glenn's in the A's and Marty was racing. He's in the B's. Chris mustn't have made it. Oh, there he is down to race. His name's on the list, but he mightn't be here. Right, any more shout-outs? Let's see. Ross is not well. Okay, we'll let you away with it, Ross.
That's just an excuse. He seemed fine when chatting earlier.
Ronnie Andrews. I thought Matt's house was on fire there, but it's the steam coming off his back.
Is Ronnie not racing tonight? What's his excuse?
He mustn't be.
Ronnie, you can go in and act as a second fan for Matt.
I'm just getting.
If not, I hope players around and could help Matt out. Now, Matt, just remember you're borderline being about to be bumped into B's, so don't ride too hard tonight unless you want to move up a category.
Ross is just telling me the C group is still ahead. Ross, am I following the lead group? If you could help me out.
Ross, we're clearly lost. It probably is my lack of guidance for Mark. So
it's really hard to get lost when you're clicking through riders here. I'm going by 10th here, being the lead group.
I mean, it looks like it is.
But it could be 10th in the B,
B
category. Is that correct? Ross, we need you. Help me out here.
That would make sense though, because actually saying like 37th out of 161.
Right, we'll make our way up here.
Well, Mark Allen is still pretty much driving the B group forward, which is no surprise really.
Right, we're in the greens. Thanks, Ross. I'm going to have to figure out a way of getting another screen where I can watch the head of the race on another screen and then flick through riders on this one. That'll be something for me to work out for next week. Or Ross is probably going to be sick next week and he can do what he's doing now and keep us right.
He can just guide us.
Yeah.
Are we back into the C's now?
So this is right. We're going to move up in the C's. Just looking for numbers.
Trying to recognize some names here.
We'll work our way right up. C's in the greens.
I'm looking out for June McMahon. There's Karen Hull, I think. I think she's Phoenix Cycling Club.
Oh, yep. Oh, she's disappeared. Where'd she go?
Literally just, down below your clicker. Nope, she's disappeared.
Yeah, it's moving so fast, it's hard to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, numbers on rider list is placing in a category. So when the C's are in the lead, so let's go right up to the front here.
The C's are a really strong category tonight, to be fair, so it could be quite hard to catch them.
Well, we were following B's and hadn't caught C's or D's there yet, so we know they're strong. Just seen G Gout there, we know him.
There you go, yeah, and JC, so
Rick
Johnny
Hanna
Carnes
as well.
Yeah, good man, Rick.
There's Cameron there.
Ah,
in the
there you
lead
go.
group. Usually find Chris at Tullymore riding his mountain bike. He's sort of a mountain bike cross man. Doesn't race road at all. So doing not too bad in Zwift. Heart rate nice and high there, nearly 180 as well.
That's never fun.
Zoe Lindsay, still there too.
Yeah, and I saw June McMinn's name pop up there as well. She's disappeared from screen, but looks like she's probably at the front of the group as well.
Yeah, this is still a big group.
Working well together, yeah. I see June McMinn's name. She's up the very front. Anybody sandbagging off June McMinn, you should be ashamed.
All right, that's it there. Yeah, there she's there. Right,
yeah,
so
she's going around 3.9 watts per kg. She's an absolute powerhouse of a cyclist.
we have the last hill coming up now in the C group. Jim Adams, no helicopter this week. Jim, just for you, there it is. Helicopter view, no tunnels.
You can admire all the people with their Tron bikes.
Yeah, look at them all. Right, any more shout outs? We've only about 9 or 8 Ks to go on this last climb now. 8%.
And look at June going. She's into over 5 watts per kg going up this hill. So at this rate, she's going to drop the boys going up it.
What do we think about the A riders and B riders catching?
I don't know. I think it could be hard enough catching the C group. They seem to be working pretty well together, and they're a strong group of riders. Ross obviously, clearly drove them on at the start and set the pace, and then gracefully bowed out. But good man, Ross. You sacrificed yourself.
Kevin Lynch.
Zoe Lindsay as well is still up there.
Kevin Lynch got bombed out. No way. D group still in front. D not far. So the Ds are actually still leading.
Ross, were you too generous with your time distance tonight? What's the time gap between the Ds and Cs? Can you see?
D not now. No, I think they're all sort of in with each other. Unless we'll go to. That's a D with the Cs.
Yeah. Probably the Cs have caught some of the Ds and are moving up further as well. Back into the Ds off the front.
So these Ds are still in front, yeah.
Yeah.
23.9. 23.9. There's Sean still.
Not surprised. I was about to say I wouldn't be surprised if it was Sean and Dara up the front.
I'm actually look there. He's there. Yeah, they're both still there. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to figure out something for next week where I can get another screen to see the lead or the head of the race. Sorry.
You'll have to have somebody entered into every category at this stage.
Yeah, there has to be a way. Ross is doing it some way. I'm just not fully clued in on it yet. So this is the head of the race here. No, one guy up here. There's their leader. We don't know him. M. Krupp.
No idea who he is. I mean, his flag would suggest he mightn't necessarily be an Ulster
No,
Swifter, but
he's not an
all
Ulster
types.
Swifter.
It's right then. His result isn't going to count towards the team points.
Yeah, he's doing a Chris Froome there, top tube.
Which is a trick I did not learn for so long. And when you get, what's it called, super tuck?
Yeah.
So handy when you actually know about it. Why did nobody tell me this before?
Let me see. Ross says he's a sandbagger. The guy in the wrong category. Let's go over to Swift Power.
I thought Ross was talking about himself there.
He's staying away.
Yeah.
It's not even long to go now. I can't see any A's catching.
I think the Sean seems to be going so well there himself. So if they can keep that going,
Yeah.
I think the boys will stay away themselves.
Yeah, Sean's sitting in 5th place there at the minute. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And the other young lad, where's he? D. Murphy.
Yeah, he's 11 seconds back, I think.
Yeah. He's sitting in 10th. We'll just stick with the head of the race for now because there's not long to go.
I'm actually so impressed when I see these guys racing, like 10 years old and 9 years old and out doing this.
Yeah.
What are they going to be like when they're older?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No more shoutouts. Let me see. Nope, no more shoutouts. Follow on Swift Power Live. I'm going to have to figure that one out, Tommy. So big hitters in the A's. We mightn't even see them. I'm just going to flick down the list. Obviously, Peter McLean, RCC.
Yeah, and as well, there's Nathan Keown, Paul MacArthur.
Lindsay Watson's in there.
Nathan Mullen. Yeah, and Nathan Mullen had a really good race last week as well,
Yeah.
so I'd keep an eye on him. Is Lindsay racing this week?
Well, his name's on the list.
Well, definitely, he'll be working the A group hard for sure.
Yeah. Now let's see who's at this head of this race because we've about 3Ks roughly.
Did you say there was only 3K left?
Yeah, the total's 29.8 or something like that. Total, and we're on 26.8. The German guy's like 17 seconds ahead, so
we're just gonna call him a spoofer.
Yeah, Swift Power will sort him out if he is a sandbagger.
Yeah.
I'm actually on the list here at the minute. Riders in the wrong category, but it doesn't seem to be showing me his name.
Probably the worst thing after one of your Zwift races is when you go online and you've been like given the red figures a shame. So
yeah,
he gets that after the race.
I don't actually see his name in the naughty list here. I'm just having a quick flick.
Maybe he just had a really strong coffee beforehand and he's flying.
Yeah.
I still think the junior lads have it in the bag.
Yeah, these guys are going to stay away for sure.
Yeah.
Young Sean here. He's got a good sprint on him at the end.
Exactly, and with their weight, they're just going to go soaring past everyone else. I want to know how they do it. Parents, write in and tell me how much they're training, and can I have their training plan?
Yeah, these D. Ross Blaney, D going to stay away. I think you're right. Sean's up here. We'll stick with Sean for now.
And also sticking with them is Des Crowley from North Down as well. So I did say to you at the start, like Des is a really strong cyclist. I don't think I've ever seen him get out of puff on a spin either. So when it comes down to the sprint, he's probably going to be pretty fresh as well.
Yeah. I'm nearly afraid just to click, because it can all go wrong in one click. End up at the back.
Exactly.
End up at the back. Yeah, so we'll forget about the German guy. He's 25 seconds gone, and I'm looking at his watts per kilo, and he's pushing in around 4.1, 4.4.
Leave him at it.
So yeah. So W Sargent, I think somebody had a wee shout out for him earlier on. He's having a wee dig here. Who was the guy giving?
Then to make break for it now.
He's going. He's going for it. Let's get a wee back view here and see.
The question is, will the two lads see him go front and chase now as well? So I see Sean has gone 2 seconds back on him.
Yeah.
But that will be an easy enough gap to close.
Des Crilly for the win.
Go on, Des.
We can't have long to go now. 7%. Stick with, I think his name was William. Sorry if I'm wrong. I'm just trying to go back through the chat here to get the guy's name.
It looks like they will cut back on there as well, so the attack didn't get away.
Yeah, he's not getting away. Right, we'll stick with here. I'm going to click very carefully here. Definitely under a K to go now, surely.
Well, probably with around 700 meters to go, we'll see a little bit of a pickup in speed and then get into the final sprint. So you never know how these things work, really. Some people tend to start ramping up a little bit further out, or they just wait until the last minute and then floor it.
Well, this is the lead. This is the lead group, so the winner is going to be with these guys. 1K to go.
I'm rooting for Des, Sean, and Dara. I mean, Des may need to get the North Down cycling points. So Des, if you're not registered, get on it.
I can see the finish line. There should be winding up now. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Look at the red. Look at the red. Sean Heverin, 10 watts per kilo.
Well done, Sean.
Not sure who got the win there.
Who was that? I had a feeling it was Sean, but
he was not far away there. I'm not sure who got the win. It was hard to see.
Ross, you can let us know what happened.
Who got the win, Ross? Imagine the D guys staying away, especially Sean Heverin. What age did we say Sean was? Under 10?
Yeah, so Sean is 9 years old.
9.
And he cycles for Kinnan Cycles.
Oh, yep, Kinnan Cycles, shout out.
There you go.
Yep.
I'll remember that one for you, don't worry.
I can't forget that one. I'm in Kinnan Cycles as well.
But that's seriously impressive. And his dad was saying he's big into mountain biking and cross cycling as well. So fair play to him. I know that they didn't get much of a season, but hopefully we get something in March.
Yep, they're always at the cross. Okay, Fiona, thanks for your help. That was great.
No bother.
I think
Ross will have me fired next week because he'll want to be have an excuse not to race.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here because that's it over. Okay.
Well done, everyone.
Thanks.
Bye.